denied Italian culture, but I definitely complained about it. I definitely accepted that it was something that I had to deal with while I was here, but I had to deal with this. It wasn't something I wanted to take part in. I didn't want to adjust to store times not being open. I didn't want to have to go shopping on Saturdays and not Sundays because the store that I would go to wasn't going to be open. I didn't want to have things in my house already rather than have to go out for them, and I didn't want to worry about some of the things that I needed to get used to adjust. But as soon as I made myself open to them and willing to give it a try, it became a lot easier and I was much happier here.
Yeah, it becomes where you just say, alright, I'm not going to change what they are. I need to respect it. I need to enjoy it while I'm here because I'll probably miss it when I go home.
I mean, at first it was just kind of a nuisance, and then it kind of just went away and I realized that I had to accept it. There was no point in getting angry over stores closing when I knew it was going to open tomorrow and I wasn't going to make a big fuss over it.
It was more directed at like language barriers. People I don't know, and I can't walk anywhere without I was late for my art history final because I went down Borgo de Grecchi instead of Via Denari and I got caught in a tourist mass and I had to sprint through Santa Croce.
I think I found myself accepting the culture after about 2 weeks. And as soon as I got myself set up with the internet and things like that, things that reminded me of home but were still a little different, I was much better and okay.
Once my homesickness went away, then I was more willing to accept the Italian culture because I really wasn't so focused on what I missed at home and, you know, things aren't the same here as they are at home. Once I let that go, I was really open and willing to accept Italian culture.
I've just tried to really adapt to the culture. I mean, I think it helps with a host family. Definitely, it helped me adapt to this culture a lot. But, you know, like the first week I was here, me and my friend, we just walked aimlessly around the city. And we found like our favorite panini shop in the first week we were here. It just became like regulars places, which really helped us adapt. I really like Italian culture. It's a lot more relaxed. Like a lot of Italians just stroll down the street or, you know, like they'll just go and they'll sit for coffee with their friends, and it's a lot more fast-paced in America, definitely.
Everyone kind of takes their time and they savor every moment. Unlike in Long Island, everyone's beeping at you on the highway and wants to fly past you, and it's totally different here. And I'm really going to miss that when I go home because I don't want to sit on the LIE and traffic.
I found that this culture is about really enjoying life and not rushing through it in every way possible.
One of the things I've learned from the Italian people is to appreciate good quality items. You really get what you pay for here, but it's also they have an understanding of if something tastes good, it's because it's made with good ingredients.
Not only with producing things, but just like with relationships, it's about way more about quality versus quantity here. Definitely, their families are really important to them. Like, I know that Clara, our host mom, talks to her daughter like all the time. Her daughter was sick and she came to stay. You know, she takes on her daughter's baby a lot. Like, just comes to stay for like a whole week. Her daughter's baby was just here last week, and they're all really close.
I think that the overall view of people at home is to not really appreciate family as much as everyone does here, and you know, it's really a shame because you see how well everyone gets along here and they really appreciate spending time with each other, and I wish that people in America could do the same thing.
But I have been given the chance to meet my family who is from Padua. I was very nervous to meet them at first. I thought I was going to be unable to communicate with them and that it was just going to be a terrible experience, that it was going to be so awkward for the entire weekend. And then when I got there, I realized we weren't very different at all, and a lot of the things that they do are things that my family does also. I learned to be more willing to experience new things and to try new things because they were so open to meeting me, whereas I was afraid to meet them. And from my experience, I was completely kind of shocked and open, but they've helped to make me a bit more of an open person.
I feel like here I've learned that the value in spending good time with people is really important because we're only here for a few months, so this time that we have is really valuable. So I guess that's like the biggest thing I'll take back, and to learn to relax a little bit on occasion, and maybe even slow down if my family's lucky enough to see me ever do that.
I think I'm going to try to bring home being more relaxed and laid back and not being so crazy about time. I'm always so punctual and stressing about it, and I'm trying to let that kind of go away here, and I'm hoping that I can bring that home with me.
I mean, I've just learned a lot about different cultures, about living in different cultures, the ways of different people, just how they live life in general. It's been really amazing studying abroad. I really loved it. Because it just gives you a whole new outlook on life. It makes you appreciate different cultures, the way that other people live. I think it's important to study abroad.
Study abroad is definitely a worthwhile experience. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn what you can deal with, what you like, what's important to you. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about how to live with people. You learn a lot about how to, I guess, value things. I think the value that you get out of the experience is what you learn, not just inside the classroom, but outside it, like how, like coming into your own independence, what you value. That's what's more important.
I mean, college is supposed to be academic and social experience, but that can only go so far on a campus. When you come here, they always say that your perspective changes, and I thought that was kind of ridiculous before I came here, but then I came here and my perspective changed. It's really changed how I look at myself, how I look at the world around me, and just being in a different place is just so exciting.
I think living here is, I found a new independence, and you know, I won't be so much of a homebody when I go home. I'll try to branch out a little bit and, you know, get away from my mom sometimes and maybe not call her 100 times a day.
It's definitely been worth it. I've just changed so much as a person by being here. I've just become happier as a person by being here. And it's something that I could have never done I could have never experienced anyplace else.